All right, Twin Flames, it's time for new messages and signs that have been revealed to me and to share them with you. I hope you're all doing well, hanging in there, and just being joyful for your own life and for your own existence. And no matter what, be in love with yourself and take good care of yourself. It's the least you deserve, and nobody else knows you better than yourself, so you have to really always be gentle with yourselves, be kind with yourselves. I know all twin flames out there are very kind and loving people, so we have to treat ourselves the same way we treat everyone else. We are only sometimes aggressive or avoiding people when they really hurt us or they really have been unfair to us. So we are kind of people that are most of the time kind to everyone. And don't forget so that you are the one of those humans as well that you should take good care of and be nice to. You deserve it. You deserve that. Try it and let me know how that feels. Like, just try to be kind to yourself. You always think that you own yourself and therefore you don't have to, you're looking maybe to have someone else take care of you, and that's great, that's nice. Of course we need each other, we need friends, we need animals. Our animals are such a great blessing because they love us. They're programmed by God, by source, to love us unconditionally. Unfortunately, many people this use that they misuse that gift, but so they do with people. They abuse the gift of love, and that's their burden to carry. But you need to accept love from those who give it to you, but also you have to give love to yourself. That's not selfishness, that's your actually obligation. Like, who is closest to you? What human being is closer to you than yourself? So that's you. You first thing, you wake up in the morning, you check your vital organs. You check, you wake up and you check, is this really me? Am I okay? You check your, bones, are they hurting? Your muscles. So you're the first person closest to yourself. That's a fact. Because if you can look from your higher perspective, from your higher self, then you can see everyone from that higher perspective, higher self perspective. You can see everyone equally. But so include yourself on the list of the people that you will take care of. If you don't know how to be kind to yourself, then try that. Treat yourself as if you were someone else, because after all, your source energy and yourself, higher self, is just equally seeing everyone, including yourself. But you are closest physically to yourself as a human. Then next person would be probably your twin flame, because that's the health view that was split ions ago. And so then once the separation ceases to be, then you will take care of your twin just as you take care of yourself. But for now, only person that's closer to you than your twin is yourself, because they're your other half, but you are that first half of yourself. So don't forget that. That's the first thing that I just wanted to mention quickly. And the next thing is that during the day of Eid al-Adha, which is the Muslim celebration at the end of the pilgrimage, when the pilgrimage is completed in the holy city of Mecca, and the people have walked 7 times around Kaaba, the house of the first house of God, we believe it was built by Adam, first man, and then it was rebuilt. It was found under the sand by Ibrahim alayhi salam, Prophet Abraham. And then the ritual of using it for the purpose of one source and energy, which we call in Arabic Allah, all of all of the existent, all that exists, all source of all that exists, Allah. Then Muhammad cleansed the place so that it's worship, only Allah is worshipped, then no other idols are put in there, because that's what they used to do between the time of Adam, after Abraham remodeled it, and then after Abraham's death they continued doing the same thing they did before. And so the only thing Muhammad did was actually to reform the act of worship back to its original roots, to just worship one source energy there, one God. So after the pilgrimage is over, while pilgrims do the morning prayer in front of the first house of God, Holy Kaaba, the rest of the world, people who belong to Islam, pray in the morning. They go to their local mosques and pray the morning of Eid. So I went to the mosque in my city, and I call it American Mosque because this is where we come in all shapes, colors, and languages, and backgrounds, and nationalities, and origins, and there's a lot of Americans, born Americans, and naturalized Americans, and all sorts of people come and pray in the morning of Eid al-Adha. And so people dress festive, in a festive clothing or traditional. This is a good time to show some traditional clothing from wherever they hail from. And so I was there, and you will see in the next, I have a part of the video that I recorded that morning after the prayer. So the friend of my mom, she just approached me. She was just chatting up with me, and I forgot to turn off my phone. You can see in this video right now, I'm going to show you. And as she approached me and asked how was my mom doing, where was she, and looking at my dress, I subconsciously left my phone on. I believe that my higher self knew that the next event coming up was it was good to record it. So I don't know, I left the phone on, and as you can see now, I was prompted to look up in the sky. I felt something flying, something beautiful, some beautiful energy coming towards me, and I saw in the sky this albatross, this beautiful majestic bird called albatross, which is absolutely super rare, or if even possible to be seen in my state. I don't know where he came from, where he showed up from, but the energy I cannot describe to you, and you will notice. I'll let the video one more time to play so you can notice the wind that was blowing. Those girls standing out there in their traditional dresses from India or Pakistan, they were just, their hair and the clothing was blown by the wind. The wind was full of some beautiful loving energy, and this huge, my camera made it smaller looking, but this was a huge span of wings flying, that I could feel a love, so much love coming from this creature, and angelic presence. I'm not kidding you. So as soon as I came home, I checked on the symbolic message that the bird albatross would carry, and I was amazed what it means. Just like I said in the beginning of this video, you should take good care of yourself. The meaning of the albatross is related to a story about some sailors who, well, first of all, there was a sailor who was evil, who killed a majestic bird who killed an albatross, and to punish him for this horrible thing, because albatross were believed by the sailors to bring amazingly good luck. And so after he killed the bird, they punished him by putting that bird over his neck, so he had to carry the smell the smell of the sin that he committed, the crime that he committed. He had to carry that shame on his neck for the rest of the voyage as the penalty for the crime that he has done. And this is so amazing, because what I encountered just day after was, you can see now, I'll show you. I took a shot. There was a car in front of me that was reading the words "no shame," and this is a message. What I feel is this is the message from the divine masculine, that they're feeling very ashamed of either things that they've done behind your back, or things not even related to you, but things they've done to themselves, things they've done by themselves. Besides you in their life, things they've done, phases they've been through, things they've explored that were on a shameful side of the spectrum, but now they are preventing them to come forward. Now they finally awakened, and awakening is not always like we always prayed for their awakening, but you know how sometimes when you awake and you become aware of things, you become ashamed of things you've done. So basically, the awakening has a little bit of a dark side to it as well. It's sort of like a price to pay. Is like, if we ever been through realization of some sin we have done, a mistake, a terrible mistake we have done, or an evil that we've done to someone else, and then we realize it, that is a blessing in disguise. That's a blessing, because we can repent for it, we can realize what we've done, we can apologize, we can mend things. But the first process of that is to forgive yourself, and that takes a little bit of time. So that's what the twin flame masculine is going through right now. And so we just give them a little bit more time to stop being ashamed of themselves and not feel any more shame regarding whatever it was they regret doing. And this is probably one of the final phases of masculine or runner going through before the final return. I want to show you video one more time, so pay attention. Now you know what's going on. And can you see the wind? Can you see how that table cover is moving and the girls in the front, and then the sudden energy, the wind was amazingly powerful, and it brought so much beauty with it. And then this majestic bird, you can see now. You see the trees, everything is moving, and then he flew over the amazing span of wings. And my camera later on, the video camera was off, but the camera keep capturing the skies all the time. I have no idea. When I came home, I noticed these photos in my phone, so I just wanted to share these as well with you. Later on that day, I went to a mall, and someone wrote on the bottom of the pavement, it's an open outdoor mall, and someone wrote or stamped the pavement with the words "look up," and that was amazing. So as I said, I looked at my phone just later on, the end of the day when I came home. I was like, oh my God, my phone kept taking photos all day of the sky. I have no idea. Must have been through to the top of the purse. I have this kind of open type of purse, and the phone was there. This is actually, you can see here, this is the top of the mosque, of the side of the wall on the mosque, and just the skies. And another thing about the albatross is that these birds, another thing that's symbolic about these birds is that they are monogamous by nature. They always have one partner for the rest of their life. They're very faithful birds, and but it takes them, this is what's interesting, it takes them a long period of courtship, of sort of getting to know each other before they mate. That's really interesting fact about this bird. So there's a lot of symbolism there, I find it. And next sign I want to share with you is the sign of the number 36. As you can see in the screen right now, pay attention. I was watching the video, which is just a video with positive affirmations. It has a calming effect, and it's called Perfect Diamond Aura Subliminal by Dr. Virtual Savan. He's one of my favorite subliminal affirmation makers. And it's just something that works for me when I am stressed out or needed like extra, after my prayers, just need an extra calming meditative kind of video to watch. So as I was watching, I noticed, as you can see for yourself, the time was 2:36 p.m. So there's 36 minutes. Then the number of views was 21,366. So there's 36 again. 36 minutes, 36. And then also the likes, number of likes is 366. So the number 36 stuck as a message, and I checked it out. And it's interesting that basically it says that number 3 is the number of manifestation, number 6 represents family, and it just says there not to worry about finances, material issues, but to focus on spiritual and focus on love and nurturing and family. But then I found a musical called 36 Questions, which you have to, I'm going to put the link below. You have to check that out. It's a musical that is based on an article that claims that 36 questions are enough for two people to fall in love. So 36 obviously has something to do with coupling, with love, with family, with union. And then it just hit me. I remembered the chapter of the Quran number 36 and the verse of the chapter 36, verse 36. So it's 36 in the Quran, is actually one that I may mention to you in one of my first videos ever, like in the beginning. Like you can search for my oldest video, and I said that in the Quran the twin flames are described. This is one of the verses where the twin flames are described. It says, "Glory be to him who has created all the pairs of that which the earth produces, as well as of your own humankind, the male and the female, the masculine and the feminine, and of that which they know not." So it's interesting that you can see that the number 36 and 36 represents twin flames, represents the pairs, and the chapter itself is the pair with its own verse, which is, you just can't make these things up. This is something I noticed in the Quran many years ago, and it gave me goosebumps. And now I was like, why is the number 36 coming back? Because the universe, all-knowing source, Allah, God, is trying to tell us to stay on the path of your own existence. This is not something you can say, I'm tired of waiting or this and that. Well, so is everything else is in life like that. You have to wait for a baby for 9 months. Everything that exists, that is live, needs to grow from the seed. And as Esther Hicks / Abraham Hicks, if you ever watch these videos about law of attraction, as she likes to say, if a farmer plants a seed in the ground, and then he just waters it, he takes care of it, but then he doesn't just stand there forever and impatiently yells at the seed and stands there and says, "Oh, come out, will you come out already?" He just goes about other business, and he lives his life normally, and he trusts in this process that will grow out of the covered by the soil, that will grow out of the soil and into a full-grown magnificent tree. Likewise, despairing over your twin flame relationship and where is it at this point is useless, because it's simply a process, and it takes that amount of time that it requires you to grow, and it requires your twin flame to grow to the perfect place where you can be together. So there's nothing to worry about. And now it's very important that I want to share the exact thing that happened that week during the Eid, is that as I asked you all to pray with me for the rain so that we can help California and Idaho and other states that are suffering from wildfires. And I showed you in the previous video that the rain has started. However, what I didn't know, and I had just found out a few days later, is that the huge wind and the rainstorm started actually in Mecca, in Saudi Arabia, in the spot where the Holy Kaaba is. And as you can see in this screenshot that I took from the video that I will post in the description below, is that the wind blew the cover that's on the building, on the Kaaba, the black embroidered fabric got ripped, and the rain was so magnificent, and the pilgrims were so happy, because it's kind of, it's hard to do the pilgrimage and walk around, and it's hot in the hot weather, and everybody was so happy with that rain. And that just confirms that we can really work together and ask and pray for something and manifest something, that God is watching us, that He's ready to answer our prayers. And I have recorded how that rain progressed, and this is now I will show you the video of what I recorded in front of my house. So this is a living proof that we can get together and pray for more manifestations to come our way. We need to pray for animals that are still in laboratories and used for testing. We need to pray for that. I'm gonna dedicate my next video hopefully for that, and we're gonna concentrate together. But we can already now set an intention to do that, to get together and pray on a certain topic with the power of our good intentions and love and heart, with the full heart. As twin flames, we have that in us. I've proved you with this rain prayer that it turned out to be possible, and so is your twin flame reunion. It's very possible. I have no shred of doubt in my mind that your twin flame will turn around 360 degrees. There's another 36 right there. 360 degrees turn around and come back to you, because they have to come back to their place of origin, of course. Now, what you're seeing on the screen right now, you're probably wondering what is this. I'm already used to, I believe, angels using my phone. So as you've seen in previous videos, I've had something captured in my phone which was red color, and realized that was related, or orange color, related to solar plexus chakra and root chakra, and we talked about that previously. This is what was recorded on my camera just another day, and there was nothing blue around the camera. It was just standing on the table, nobody was moving around it, and it just took a shot, and it turned, when I looked at it, it was blue like this, and I can see a little bit of light on the side, and I realized it's time to heal the throat chakra. The throat chakra is of color blue, and so that it represents communication, proper healthy communication. So work on that. This is a message for all of you, and I'm gonna wrap up with the final message, which is something that I found. See, I work over the phone, and I have to have a notebook all the time. Constantly I have to write notes while I'm on the phone, and so I just got a used notebook, and this just fell out of the book as I was flipping through pages to write down my phone during my phone conversations. This is part of my job, what I do, and so this fell out, and I didn't put it there. It must have been there by the put there by someone who was using this book before I got it. And note, it's like a notebook, and I don't see anything in these initials that is important to me personally. So I believe this is a very important message for some of you out there who are watching, because these initials, according to what I feel, what's downloaded to me, what I get a sense of, is that the T, the someone with the T as their beginning initial, as their start initial, and an H will have their reunion, physical reunion in 3D. J and C will have someone whose name starts with J, and someone whose name starts with C will have a reunion. V and J, and L and R, which is marked with red letters. So there will be special reunion for L and R out there. So if you're L and R out there and you're watching this, mark my words, and don't forget to notify me that I was right. I would be utterly happy to hear from you. You can comment below. You can watch a next video. So you have to subscribe so you get notified for the next video. Subscribe and watch next video, and put the comment below when it happens. I would love to hear about it. And now I'm gonna leave it for the end. I'm gonna leave you with this video just that I recorded yesterday, and I'm gonna wrap up with that by telling you that I love you, and wishing you peace and love and light, and stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Wow, you guys should have seen this. I was just leaving my room. It's morning, so I just wanted to leave my room, and I left these two candles lit overnight, and just before I was, sorry about the mess, and just before I was gonna leave the room, I came back. Of course, I never leave my candles unattended, so I blew off both of them, and in my heart I felt some kind of sadness, some kind of worry, and I was like, I told myself, don't be silly, you have to turn off the candles, it's daytime and you're going about other business, you can't stay in your room, so it's not safe, you don't be silly, don't be stupid. So that's what was going on in my head, and I was just leaving the room, and I turned around to grab my water bottle, and I realized that the blue one turned itself back on. No, I'm seriously not kidding with you guys. I know I'm not crazy. I lit candles many times in my life and blew them off, and you know, the distinctive way they when you turn them off, they have the smoke coming out, and like a black smoke, and then they're turned off, like just like this one is, right? And this one just came back on. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to think. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna have to. I'm not sure right now what to think. This just happened right now, so I just want to record for you guys live, so you would believe me. I don't know, the blue one, the masculine, just came back on. Okay, so that's amazing. Okay, this happens in the movies, but not in real life. So okay, I'll just incorporate this in my video somehow, and all right, love you guys.